What am I supposed to do? Dina's beautiful and she's always been beautiful. But I've got the voice, Curtis. I've got the voice.
Shall I compare thee to a son?
Did I say you could get off the brick?
Stop that.
Hey!
I'm sick of hearing that. You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of you. You in your smart-ass mouth.
Ain't no way, baby.
So it fades right here. You genius, you.
Living under your spotlight. I can tell by the way that you lean and the way that you kiss your teeth.
How were you able to get through that time?
Well, my family. Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's a very emotional subject, so.
I know.
My baby. Mm-hmm. And God.
Well, a talent competition that handed her a 7th place exit and a one-way ticket to obscurity actually became the launchpad for one of the most decorated careers in entertainment history, because that is exactly what happened to Jennifer Hudson, a girl from the south side of Chicago who absorbed rejection, survived the unthinkable, and built an empire on the ruins of everything the industry said she would never be. Jennifer Kate Hudson was born on September 12, 1981, in Chicago, Illinois, the youngest of 3 children raised in the Inglewood neighborhood. Her father, Samuel Simpson, drove city buses. Her mother, Darnell Donnerson, whom the family lovingly nicknamed Doll, shaped the emotional architecture of the household with a quiet, unshakable conviction. The belief that saturated every corner of that home was simple and absolute. Whatever a child put their mind to, they could do it. That conviction, planted early in Jennifer's chest, became the seed that survived every storm that followed.
So when I sit back and I look at my life, I think like, wow, I'm so glad I listened to my mama. You know what I mean? Because I've been blessed to achieve so many things.
Jennifer began singing in her church choir at age 7. Her grandmother, Julia, helped her find her footing in community theater, and from that earliest point, it was clear the voice inside her was not one designed for small rooms. She graduated from Dunbar Vocational High School in 1999 and enrolled at Langston University, though homesickness pulled her back to Chicago, and she transferred to Kennedy King College. She signed her first recording contract in 2002 with the Chicago-based independent label called Righteous Records, but her sights were already set on something much larger. Before the record deal meant anything, she was performing as one of the muses from Hercules aboard the Disney Wonder cruise ship, which is not the origin story most people imagine for a future Oscar winner. But the mother in the hallway of that Inglewood home knew something. It was Darnell who encouraged her youngest daughter to take the leap and audition for a television singing competition that was already reshaping pop culture. Jennifer listened. She went and she tried, and she stood in that Chicago home singing Whitney Houston songs in the hallway before she did, not knowing that one of those moments of private rehearsal would become one of the more quietly prophetic chapters of her life.
I used to sit in my mother's hallway in the house, and I would sing Whitney Houston songs. Who would have ever thought that one day Whitney Houston would present me my first Grammy?
In 2004, Jennifer Hudson walked into the season 3 auditions for American Idol.
It's an evil wind that blows no good, yeah, yeah.
And the competition began registering something it did not quite have a category for. She placed in the top 7, and then, in one of the most discussed eliminations in the show's history, she was voted off despite having received the highest number of votes just 2 weeks earlier in the top 9 round. The industry absorbed the result as unremarkable. MTV later named her exit the most shocking in the program's history. The Los Angeles Times eventually ranked her the 3rd greatest contestant the show ever produced. None of that was visible in 2004. What was visible was a woman who had just been told, in front of millions of viewers, that she was not enough. She did not accept that verdict. What came next was a 6-month audition process for Dreamgirls that involved 782 other candidates and a director who was searching the entire country for his Effie White. The competition was formidable, and one name circulating early was significant. Fantasia Barrino, who had won the very season that Jennifer had been eliminated from, carried obvious momentum into the room.
I probably didn't know until like at the very tail end of the audition, because it took 6 months to get the role, and it was 782 other people other than myself that auditioned. They like researched like the world.
The logic of the industry would have placed a bet on Fantasia for the marketing alone, but director Bill Condon later said that Jennifer was the only person in the entire search from whom he felt a genuine emotional response.
Bill Condon said I was the only person he felt something from, and he really he had, he felt chills, like he really felt it. And it was
how do you prepare for an audition like that?
The audition process itself was a study in pressure management. In her first session, the sheet music had been prepared incorrectly, and she had only learned half the assigned song, while another candidate sang the complete version from outside the door. Rather than flag the mistake and request accommodation, she walked into the room and performed what she had, fully, and the audition fell apart. Most people would have considered that the end. The casting team had seen enough to want to bring her back.
And you chose Easy to Be Hard.
Easy to Be Hard, because I had just recorded it for, it was a benefit, a Broadway benefit, and Hair was the show, and I was like, I'm going to sing Easy to Be Hard.
In a second round, she was asked to choose a song freely and selected Easy to Be Hard from Hair, a choice so aligned with the emotional undertow of Effie White's that it effectively closed the question the panel was still trying to answer. Released in December 2006, Dreamgirls placed Jennifer Hudson in scenes alongside Eddie Murphy, Jamie Foxx, Danny Glover, and Beyonce Knowles. The project had been shaped in industry memory as Beyoncé's film, the vehicle built around her stardom, and there was a period during production when the cast and crew began observing something that the credits had not yet confirmed. Jamie Foxx sat Jennifer down and told her directly that she was going to win an Academy Award. Beyoncé herself, in the recording studio, pointed out to her that the opportunity she had been handed was extraordinary, that a debut placement of that magnitude simply did not happen.
I get the chills even saying this. Wow. And I bet you do too. That really was her movie. That was the idea. It became your movie.
Wow.
You know that's true. And you're smiling because you know that's true. And that's a remarkable thing.
Yes.
Jennifer later said she did not fully understand what was being communicated to her in those moments. She was too absorbed in the work to track the magnitude of the result accumulating around her. At the 79th Academy Awards in February 2007, Jennifer Hudson won Best Supporting Actress for Dreamgirls.
And the Oscar goes to Jennifer Hudson.
She was 25 years old, and it was the first film she had ever made. 29 different awards followed from that performance alone, including the Golden Globe and the BAFTA. She had gone from a 7th place American Idol elimination to Hollywood's most recognized new performance in under 3 years. The industry, which had briefly filed her away, now could not look away. But while the professional trajectory was ascending at a speed that left little room for quiet, Jennifer's personal life carried a weight that no award season could reach. She had been with her childhood love, James Payton, since 1999. The relationship ended shortly after the Oscar. She met David Otunga, a lawyer and former pro wrestler who had appeared on the VH1 dating series One Love New York 2 through a mutual acquaintance in 2007. The courtship moved quickly. Otunga proposed on her birthday in September 2008. 1 month later, the world Jennifer had been building collapsed entirely. On October 24, 2008, her mother Darnell Donnerson, age 57, and her brother Jason Hudson, age 29, were found shot dead inside Darnell's home on the south side of Chicago. Her 7-year-old nephew, Julian King, the son of her older sister Julia, was reported missing. An Amber Alert was issued. 3 days later, Julian's body was recovered in a parked vehicle on Chicago's west side, his death attributed to multiple gunshot wounds. Julia Hudson's estranged husband, William Balfour, was taken into custody the same day the first 2 bodies were discovered. Prosecutors allege the murders were motivated by Balfour's rage over his estranged wife beginning to date another man. The case moved through the courts for nearly 4 years. In May 2012, Balfour was convicted of 3 counts of first-degree murder and sentenced to 3 consecutive life terms, with an additional 120 years for aggravated kidnapping and home invasion. Jennifer, in the aftermath of the conviction, chose publicly to extend forgiveness. It was not a performance of grace. It was the declaration of someone who understood that carrying the weight of that hatred would cost her more than it would ever cost him. She had been with Otunga in Florida when the murders happened. The engagement held for years after, but the relationship began fracturing long before it officially ended. In April 2017, she told Ellen DeGeneres that the relationship was solid and that she was in no rush toward marriage. 7 months later, in November 2017, her representatives confirmed the split. The same day the breakup was announced publicly, Jennifer filed and was granted a protective order against Otunga, citing a pattern of allegedly escalating physical and emotional conduct. Otunga's legal team countered that the filing was a strategic maneuver in a custody dispute over their son David Daniel Otunga Jr., who had been born in August 2009. His attorney argued that Otunga had been the child's consistent primary caregiver during the years Jennifer's career required her to travel internationally, including time spent coaching on The Voice UK. The protective order was dropped within 2 weeks. Police removed Otunga from their shared Chicago home. Temporary custody went to Otunga during a period when Jennifer was working abroad. The custody battle stretched 2 years before a private settlement was reached in July 2019. Reports also surfaced that one catalyst for the breakdown had been Otunga's accusation that Jennifer had been involved romantically with a music producer named Molly Music during their final months together. Neither Jennifer nor Molly Music publicly confirmed the alleged involvement. Amid all of it, Jennifer kept working. Her self-titled debut album, released in 2008, reached number 2 on the Billboard 200 and won the Grammy for Best R&B Album in 2009.
The Grammy for Best R&B Album goes to Jennifer Hudson.
I don't really know what to say. First of all, I got Whitney Houston presenting me, and wow, I'm just in awe right now.
I Remember Me followed in 2011.
J. Hud arrived in 2014. She appeared in Sex and the City.
Are you sure you don't want me to RSVP to any of these holiday parties?
No, I am perfectly happy spending time alone.
Sure? Because this looks like a good one.
The Secret Life of Bees.
ROSALEEN.
And Cats. A film that earned almost universally negative critical attention in 2019 for reasons having nothing to do with her performance specifically. In 2013, she received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The transformation that followed was architectural. In 2022, while filming the movie Breathe, Jennifer began a relationship with rapper and fellow Chicagoan Common. The two confirmed their romance publicly in January 2024, appearing together on her talk show, where Common spoke openly about what drew him to her and what the relationship represented for him. Notably, Common is also an EGOT recipient, making them one of the few couples in history where both partners hold all 4 major American Entertainment Awards. That same year, 2022, Jennifer completed the EGOT herself. She had the Oscar from 2007. 2 Grammys followed across her recording career. The Emmy came from The Jennifer Hudson Show, her daytime talk program which launched in 2022 and earned a Daytime Emmy Award. The Tony came from co-producing the musical A Strange Loop, which won Best Musical. She became the youngest woman and only the 3rd African-American ever to hold all 4 awards simultaneously. The Jennifer Hudson Show entered its 4th season with the kind of momentum that comes from a host who was genuinely present rather than performing presence.
We are talking about the amazing Jennifer Hudson. She is a host and executive producer of, guess what? The Jennifer Hudson Show. The Emmy-nominated daytime show is now in its 4th season. Thank you very much.
The show's signature element, a choreographed celebration hallway called the Spirit Tunnel, through which every guest passes upon arrival, spread well beyond the studio. Churches began using it. Schools adopted it. Graduation ceremonies built versions of it.
People don't just come on your show. They are introduced into it by the Spirit Tunnel.
You see? My favorite thing.
Talk about it.
There you go.
Y'all need to come through so you can experience it.
Yeah,
Jennifer, I had the idea. I tried to get one going.
We were going to do the Spirit Tunnel here.
And Shauna Thomas said, no, ours would be lame. Hers is so highly produced and well done. I said, we just want to pay homage to what you do. I love that Spirit Tunnel.
Jennifer has described the concept as a fusion of 2 things that feel most natural to her: celebrating people and singing. Her staff began staging it for her, and she liked it enough to share it with the world. The show reached its 500th episode in 2025. It earned NAACP Image Awards for Outstanding Talk Show Series and Outstanding Host Recognition. It received multiple Daytime Emmy nominations across categories, including Outstanding Daytime Talk Series and Outstanding Talk Series Host. Jennifer told Extra in 2024 that her goal was 22 more seasons. Industry reporting in early 2026 cast doubt on whether the show would be renewed beyond its current run, citing financial pressures in the daytime television market. She has not publicly entertained
entertain the possibility of it ending. Her growth into a television host has been its own education. The first season carried the visible effort of someone trying to locate themselves in a new medium.
Has it been a learning curve for you? Because I remember the first interview, you said you were a little nervous, but you also felt confident about doing it. How do you think you've changed in the 4 years, your style or how you do the show?
Well, I mean, I'm learning, you know, now that I have a little experience under my belt, it's like, okay, and all the encouragement, all I need is a little bit.
Yes.
And thank y'all for all the encouragement that you've been giving me to keep me going. And it's just like, okay.
By the fourth season, the work had settled into something that looked and felt like extension rather than performance, which is perhaps the most honest description of what Jennifer Hudson has always been at her best. Not performing for the room, but actually present inside of it.
I want my show to be more like life. Highest of the highs, lowest of the lows, and everything in between.
Yes.
Mission accomplished.
Well, I hope so.
I'm asking you, do you feel
Do I feel it's accomplished?
Yes.
Yes.
In 2024, she released The Gift of Love, her first solo studio album in a decade. The project earned a Grammy nomination and signaled a return to the gospel and soul roots that had been present in her voice since the church choir in Inglewood at age 7. She is slated to join Josh Groban as a featured guest on his 2026 North American Arena Tour. She founded Hudson Good Entertainment, her production company. She launched Jennifer Hudson Hair Care as a lifestyle brand extension. She also carries an ongoing legacy tied to the woman who started everything. The audition for Aretha Franklin's biopic, Respect, had a beginning that most people are unaware of.
Jennifer had sung an Aretha song during her original American Idol audition, which Aretha Franklin had reportedly watched. After Jennifer was eliminated from the competition, Aretha sat down with her privately and told her she wanted Jennifer specifically to play her in the film version of her life. 15 years passed between that meeting and the completed film.
You know you're gonna win an Oscar for this. And the whole set started to say it. And Beyonce, we were in the studio one time and she was like, you do realize no one gets a start like this. Like the placement that you have and this opportunity and this platform is like, is so unique, like that you would get this, you know.
Respect was released in 2021 and earned Jennifer a Screen Actors Guild Award nomination and significant critical recognition. The thread connecting all of it runs back to the hallway of a house in Inglewood and a mother who told her children that the only limit was what they were willing to believe. Darnell Donnerson is not here to see what her youngest daughter became, but the architecture of that belief is everywhere in Jennifer's story. In the audition she did not quit, in the role she waited 15 years to play, in the award she was told she did not deserve, in the company she built and the children she is raising, and in the relationship she finally allowed herself to have with someone who met the standard that grief and resilience had quietly raised. As of 2026, Jennifer Hudson's net worth is estimated at $30 million, built through recording, film performance, television production, brand partnerships, and her expanding business ventures. That number tells one version of the story. The fuller version is that she is one of 4 human beings in the history of American entertainment to hold an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony simultaneously. And she got there by surviving everything the industry and life itself threw at her without once changing what she fundamentally was. If this trajectory moved you, drop your biggest takeaway in the comments below. What moment hit hardest? For more stories of artists who defied what the world decided for them, hit that bell and subscribe so you never miss what we uncover next.